Okay, this question that you are looking at is a WAEC question, and I want to show you how you can solve this problem. Let's look at the instruction and the questions that we are to answer. It says a hexagonal base pyramid is cut by a plane QQ as shown above. Draw the question A, given elevation. Question B, plan. Question C, end elevation in direction of arrow P. And question D, true shape of the cut surface. So those are the questions that we are to answer. Question A, the given elevation. So the given elevation is what you see here. So you are to reproduce this. And as the question says that this is an hexagonal pyramid, that is a pyramid whose base is in the form of a six-sided polygon. Okay, now to solve this problem, let's look at the dimensions that we have. Distance from here to here, that is the base of this pyramid from here to here. We have the diameter of the circumscribed circle, and that's why it is called across corner. This AC, whenever you see this AC as in your dimension, so it means across corner. So this 50 is diameter of the circle in which the a circumscribed circle, as I've said, so is a diameter of a circumscribed circle. So, and the height of the pyramid is 60 mm, and distance from here to here is 20, and then there is something that I omitted here, which is very, very important. This is a cutting plane. This cutting plane is inclined at an angle 30 degrees. So I didn't put it there. So it is inclined at an angle 30. So let me show it here. It's inclined at an angle 30. So that when we are drawing it, so it is inclined at an angle 30. So this is arrow P, so which we are going to follow its direction to produce the end elevation of the hexagonal pyramid. Okay, now the first thing that we are going to do is that we are going to draw the vertical and horizontal center line. Vertical and horizontal center line. Okay, so draw the vertical and horizontal center line, as you can see it here. Okay, so in the question, the distance across corner is the diameter of a circumscribed circle that will touch the hexagon on its 6 vertices. So it is 50. So you take 25 mm, divide 50 by 2, that will give you 25. That will give you 25. So take 25 mm on your ruler with your compass, and put your compass at this point where the two lines intersect. Draw a circle like this. Draw a circle. So with the radius that you use to construct this circle, put it at this point. Put it at this point here. And you draw an arc up and down on the left side. Then put it here on the right side. And draw an arc up and down. So what we are trying to do here is that we want to draw the hexagon. We want to draw the hexagon, which is the plan of the pyramid, of the hexagonal pyramid. Okay, so join this together, or if I have numbered this, let me number this as this is 1. So this is 0.2, this is 0.3, this is 0.4, this is 5, and this is 6. Okay, so I've joined 2 and 3 together. So join 1 and 2 together, the straight line like this. Join 1 and 6 together. Okay, then join 5 and 6 together. Okay, then join 4 and 5 together with a straight line. Then we join 3 and 4 together. Join 3 and 4 together. Okay, so we have formed the hexagon. So then what you need to do is that we have joined 1 and 4 together. We have joined 1 and 4 together. So the distance as cross corner that the question says, if you look at this is a corner, this is a corner. So from here to here is 50. So that's what I mean by distance across corner. Then we need to join 3 and 6 together. Join 3 and 6 together. So it goes like this. And then we join 2 and 5 together. Join 2 and 5 together. So because we are going to make use of it. Okay, so after doing this, the next thing that you need to do is that, we are going to do is that come up a little bit. Move your T-square up a little bit. This is okay. And draw a line like this. Then you take your set square, put it at point 1. Draw a vertical line from this point. When it touches this horizontal line, stop it there. Okay, then put it at 2 and 6. Draw a vertical line. When it touches this line, stop it there. Then put it at 3 and 5. So draw a straight line. Okay, then move it to the last point, which is point 4. Draw a vertical line. When it touches the line, stop it there. Okay, now the height of the pyramid is 60 mm. The height of the pyramid is 60 mm. So from this point here, from this point here, okay, so measure 60 mm. Measure 60 mm. So on my ruler, this is 60. Okay, so this is 60 mm. Then we are going to number this point. So this point here, if you look at this, this is 1. So this point is 1. So to differentiate it from the previous one, let's call this 1 prime. So this is 0.2 and 6. So 2 prime, comma, so 6 prime. Then this is 0.3 prime, 5 prime. Okay, and this is 0.4 prime. Okay, so we are going to join 0.4. So join 0.4 with the height of the pyramid where we have that 60. So join it like this. Then 0.3 and 5. So join it with the height of the pyramid, 0.2 and 6. So join it to the height of the pyramid, and the last one is 0.1 prime. Join it with the height of the pyramid like this. Okay, so this is the front elevation of the pyramid. We are not yet done because there are some things that we need to show. Now, if you look at this pyramid, there is a cutting plane QQ, a cutting plane QQ. So that cut part of the pyramid. Okay, so the cutting plane, so the distance from this point to the base of the pyramid is 20 mm. The distance from this point to the base of the pyramid is 20 mm. So we are going to measure 20. So when you want to measure that 20, so take it from on this vertical center line. Just take 20 from here. On the vertical center line here, measure 20 mm. Measure 20 mm. So from here, measure 20. So this is 20 mm here. This is 20 mm. We're looking at what we have here. Okay, from here to this point is 20. So we are not taking it from the center. So we are going to take it. What we do is that just come to this line, take your set square and draw a vertical line up a little bit. A vertical line up a little bit. Just like this. So on this line, from this point here, measure 20 up. Measure 20 up, 20 mm up. So this is 20. Okay. So with your T-square, so draw horizontal line. So it goes like this, touching this point. Okay, so now take your 30-degree set square. So this is 30-degree side of my 30 by 60-degree set square. So put it like this and set at this point. Okay, so set it at this point and draw the cutting plane. So the cutting plane goes like this. Okay, so that's the cutting plane QQ. So don't forget that before I said that you need to take that 20 from this center. That's not correct. That is not correct. Okay, so just come to this point on this line, draw a vertical line up and measure 20 from this point up. Then draw horizontal line wherever it touch on this line 4 prime. So put your 30-degree set square there and draw the cutting plane. Okay, after drawing the cutting plane, now the plan, this is the given view now, or the given elevation. Now the plan is not complete. The plan is not complete. So if this happens to be a solid object, by the time you cut it, you will see a rough surface. When you remove this part, you see a rough surface. So we need to show it in the plan. We need to show it in the plan. That is when the work is complete. So what we are going to do is that you take note of the point on this pyramid where the cutting plane touch each of these slanting lines or the slanting sides. Okay, so the cutting plane touched this line 1 prime at this point. Okay, it touched this line 2 and 6 prime at this point, and leave this vertical one. So you don't have anything to do with it because this is just a vertical line. Okay, now the next one is 3 prime, 5 prime touched at this point, and 4 prime it touched it at this point. Okay, so the next thing you are going to do is that take your set square, move it to this point, so where the cutting plane touched line 1 prime. So move it there and draw a vertical line. So the vertical line comes down like this. Okay, so it comes like this. So it touched this line, it touched point 1, it touched point 1 at this point. It touched point 1. This is 1, this is line 1 and 4. So by the time you draw it down from this point, it touched line 1 at this point here on this horizontal center line. So the next is you move it to 2 prime, 6 prime. Then you draw a vertical line. Okay, so it touched, this is line 2. This line is for 2, this line is for 2, and this line is for 6. So take note of where the vertical line that you project from this point touch line 2 and line 6. So it touched at this point and it touched at this point. So be taking note of the point. So next is move to 3 prime, 5 prime. Move to 3 prime, 5 prime and draw a vertical line. Okay, so this is line 3 and this is line 5. So take note of where the vertical line touch line 3 and line 5. So for me, it touched it at this point and it touched it at this point. Okay, then you move to 4 prime and you draw a vertical line. So it comes down. So when you touch this line, stop it there. So you touch it at this point. So we are going to join this point together. We are going to join them together. So just join them together with a straight line as I'm doing here. So you join this together with a straight line. So you join this together with a straight line. Okay. Then join this together with a straight line. Then, so join this together with a straight line. Okay. Join this also together with a straight line. And join this together with a straight line. Okay. So now, okay, as I said that this thing is a solid object. This hexagonal pyramid is a solid object. So by the time you remove the upper part after cutting it, you are going to see a rough surface. It's like use your knife to cut an orange. So by the time you remove the upper part, you see the surface looking rough. So we have to show the roughness of the surface here. So how do we show that? Now we are going to hatch this surface. This part, we are going to hash it. So take your 45 degrees set square. Take your 45 degrees set square. Set it as I'm setting it here. So, and you have to ensure, so we are going to draw hatching lines. So the first one is this. So the next one, you have to make sure the space between them is almost equal. If not equal, should be almost equal as I'm doing it here. Okay. So you don't have to measure it, just be taking it little by little. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So this is the part that looks rough. Okay, so we have drawn the given elevation and we have drawn the plan now. So the next thing that we are going to do is the end elevation in direction of ROP. So this is ROP. So we are going to draw the end elevation on this side. On this side, if you follow this arrow, so it's on this side that will be. So it's going to be here. So the next thing that you need to do now, and what you need to do now, is that this line, extend it to this side. Okay, now this center line also, you extend it. Okay, now the next thing is this line 5 and 6. This line 5 and 6, this side 5 and 6. So produce it. So you extend it like this. So it goes like this. Okay, and also come to this 2 and 3. So extend the line. Then so just move away a little bit from here. Just move away a little bit and draw a vertical line like this. Then you take your 45 degrees set square. So take note of this point here. Take note of this point. So let me call it point A. Let me call it point A, this point. So take your 45 degrees set square and set it like this. So set it. So set it at point A and draw a vertical line. An inclined line. So what we did here is that we divided this angle 90 into 2 equal parts, which is 45, 45. So we draw an inclined line. So at 45. So that's what we have done here. So the next thing that we need to do is that take note of the point where this inclined line touch the lines that we produced from this plan. So looking at this, for this line, the line touch it at this point. So for the center line, the line touch it at this point. And for this, it touched at this point. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is that put your, so let me call this point, let me call it point B, CD. Point BCD. Okay, so put your set square at point D. So draw a line. So when it touches this line that comes out from the base of the pyramid, stop it there. Then for this one, this is a center line, so it goes up. Okay, and for this at point B, so when it touches the line, stop it there. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is that, so the height of the pyramid, so just move your set T square up as I did here. So I want to take the height, so I can just draw a line from here. So this is where I'm going to, so this point, so look at this. If we follow this line like this line is 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So I'm going to write 2 and 3 here. So 2, 3. Okay, now for this one, following this line, here we have 1 and 4. 1, 4. Okay, and for this line, here we have 5 and 6. So 5, 6. Okay, now, so this point where we have 5 and 6, join it with the height of the pyramid. Join it like this. So it goes like this. Okay. Alright, so and then for 2 and 3, so you join it. 1 and 4 is a vertical line. So draw it like this. Okay. So now this line that I call center line, for by the time you are looking at this object in this direction, you will see this corner. You will see this corner. So it will be a thick line. It will be a thick line. So for this end elevation, it will not be a center line. So it will be a thick line like this. Okay. All right. So the next thing we are going to do is that at each point, on each point where the cutting plane cut the pyramid, we are going to produce them. We are going to draw straight lines from each point into this end elevation. This is it. So from here, so this goes like this. Okay, then move to this point. So it goes like this. Then you move it up. So this goes like this. And last one is here. So this goes like this. Okay. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to show the, by the time you are looking at this in this direction, you will see the rough surface. You see the rough surface and it will show in the end elevation. So looking at this, we have to follow these lines. We have to follow this line. Let me number this line. So this is line 1 prime. So let me put 1 prime here. And this is line 2 prime, 6 prime. So here we have 2 prime, 6 prime. Okay. And this is line 3 prime, 5 prime. So here we have 3 prime, 5 prime. And here we have what? We have 4 prime here. So this is 4 prime. Okay. So if you look at this, starting from here, so this point, if you go like this, this is point 1 prime, go like this. So we have this point here. It's only 1 prime that we have here. So I will call this 1 prime. Okay. Then going in this direction, we have 2 prime, 6 prime, 2 prime, 6 prime. So 2 prime, 6 prime. So I can put, and following this line 2, this is line 2 and 3. So following this line, so this is 2 and 3. So 2 and coming like this with 2 prime, 6 prime, coming like this. So I can say this point is 0.2 prime. This is 0.2 prime. And then this point here will be some 0.6 prime. Okay. So the next is, now following this line, this point here, this is 0.3 prime, 5 prime. So coming like this. Okay, coming like this. So with this line where I have 2 and 3, so this point is 0.3. This point is 0.3 prime, and this point is 0.5 prime. So here I have 5 prime here. Okay, and then for this coming like this is what? With this 4, so this is 4 prime. So this is 4 prime. Okay, so we are going to join them together. We are going to join them together. So this is it. So join this together with this. So join this together. Then so join this together. Okay. And this also. So join this together. Yes. So join this together. Here we join this together. And then so join this together. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is that we have to show the roughness of the surface. So take your 45 degrees set square and do it as I'm doing it here. So we are arching the surface. So we are arching the surface. Okay. All right, so this is it. So we have arched the surface. So that is the end elevation in direction of ROP. So the next question says that the true shape of the cut surface, the true shape of the cut surface. So how do we produce the true shape of the cut surface? So the true shape of the cut surface is going to be here. So what we need to do is that we are going to draw perpendicular lines to this cutting plane. Perpendicular lines to this cutting plane at each of these points. At each of these points, including the center line here. Including this center line. Okay, so what we need to do is that we have drawn this line with 30 degree side of our set square. So to make that line that we are going to draw at each of these points to be perpendicular, to stand at right angle to this line, we are going to make use of our 60 degree set square, the 60 degree side of our set square. So just take it like this. This is it. So put it at this point here. Put it at this point and draw a line. So the line goes like this. So this angle here is 90. So move it to the next point. So draw a line. Move to the next point. This is the center line. So draw a center line like this. Okay, so move it to the next point. Draw a line and move to the last one. Draw a line. Okay, so after doing this, so we are going to draw a parallel line to this cutting plane. We are going to draw a parallel line to this cutting plane. So to draw a line that will be parallel to this, we make use of the 30 degree side of our 30 by 60 degree set square. Just move it up a bit. Make sure you have enough space. Okay, now so just draw. So draw a line like this. Okay, now we need to. Okay, now following what we have here, this is line 1 prime. If I go like this, this is line 1 prime. So this point here is point 1. Okay, now and then following this, this is line 4 prime. So going like this, here we have 4 prime. So going like this, here I have what? I have 4. I have 4 there. So the next thing I'm going to do is that, how do I locate point 2 and 6 on this, and how do I locate point 3 and 5 on this? So this is line 2 and 6. This line is line 2 and 6. So you take your compass, put it, if you look at the line, the vertical line that comes down from 2 and 6 prime, so it touches the center line at this point here. So put your compass on that vertical line, on the point of intersection of the vertical line that you produce from 2 prime, 6 prime, and this horizontal center line that contain 1 and 4. So move your compass to where that vertical line touch point 6 or 2. Look at, they are the same. So just take one of them. Okay, so move it to this point. Like this is the point, so just move it to this point here. This is the point, so move it to this point. Okay, so take that distance and you move it to, this is line 2 prime 6 prime. Move up to, when you get to this center line here, this line, so put the pinpoint of the compass at this line and make an arc here, and you make an arc here. Okay, so I can say that this is 0.2 and this is 0.6. Then you take it to where the vertical line that you produce from 3 prime 5 prime, where it meets the horizontal center line that contains 1 and 4. So you put your compass there, the pinpoint of your compass there, so extend it to 0.5 here on this rough part of the plan, this point here. So move it to this point, or if you take it with 0.3, it is the same. Okay, so follow this line now. This line contains 3 prime 5 prime, so you move it to the center line here and you make an arc here and here. Okay, so this is 0.3, so this is 0.3 and this is 0.5. So we are going to join this point together. So join this point here, this point, and this point. We are going to join them together with straight line. So I'm joining this first, so 2 and 3, so join them together, and 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 6. So join this together, and 5 and 6. Join them together, and 4 and 5, and then 3 and 4. Join them together like this. Okay, so after doing this, so next thing we are going to do is to show the roughness of the surface. So just take your 45° set square and hatch the surface like this. Okay, so make sure the space between the lines are almost equal. Okay. Okay, so next thing is this part should be made thick, and so this should be made thick. This also should be made thick. Okay, and this also. Okay, so the base. Okay. All right, so this is the solution to the questions. So it's as simple as shown here. So just follow the way I did it here, look for similar questions or similar question and solve it, and keep on checking my YouTube channel so you can subscribe. It is better you subscribe so that whenever I upload a new video, you get a notification so that you can know how these kind of problems are solved. And when you subscribe, whenever I upload a new video, you get a notification and you can watch it, so you can view it. And also I want to employ you to share these videos with friends who are technical drawing students, and also like the channel. Thank you very much.